5 years ago, Typhoon Haiyan not only ravaged through Tacloban, but also created a lot of waste in the city. In the aftermath of the disaster, Tzu Chi volunteers initiated the Work for Relief program, employing nearly 300,000 people in just 19 days. This action helped inspire the locals to take an active role in the recovery process. Now, 5 years later, one teenage boy still remembers the day a Tzu Chi volunteer distributed a hot meal to him. That's why he's very eager to meet the angels in blue and white again.
This market is busy from morning to night, and even at night there's no let-up. Some believe the city becomes even more beautiful at night. This shows that both business and industry are booming in Tacloban. There are newly built department stores, luxury hotels, and over 100 large and small hotels. During the day, the airport and the commercial port make the city very busy. As a sea and air transport hub in central Philippines, there's even an attractive maritime park in the city. Boarding the bow of the ship damaged by Typhoon Haiyan 5 years ago is popular with tourists.
During Typhoon Haiyan, this boat was forced ashore. Now we really can't see the extent of the disaster.
Strong winds and rain left some 95% of the buildings in Tacloban damaged or devastated, leaving the city a wasteland. While this aid helped the community recover from the disaster, it wasn't enough to save the poor. The city's rapid restoration still led the poor to fend for themselves, building little huts by these abandoned freighters.
The ship was stranded here 5 years ago. After removing the illegal buildings next to it, it became a beautiful memorial park. But are all these illegal buildings really cleared away? Taking the sidewalk, we investigate the real situation. Here we see sewage flowing past these illegal wooden houses, and children are busy selling goods on the streets.
Three ripe plantains can be had for 10 pesos. Each day she sells 3 plates of them to supplement her family's income. The legal minimum wage for Tacloban is 285 pesos a day. But this woman who does laundry and is an unskilled worker only earns about 70% of this wage each day, or about 200 pesos. She also has 5 children to raise. The blanket given by Tzu Chi has become a curtain for her wooden house. Despite receiving aid for many years, she has been unable to break through the poverty line.
I'm not working. I'm taking care of children at home. There are 3 families here, 1 room per family.
RJ is 13 years old and also lives here. When he heard that Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan were coming, he rushed to the Tzu Chi liaison office to seek out the volunteers who helped him long ago. When seeing Luo Meiju, RJ's tears kept flowing. For this 8-year-old at the time, this volunteer was a savior, as he and his 3 younger siblings were hungry for 3 days. This Jingsa instant rice leads to a smile on his face as his mother needs to keep working to survive. After nearly 5 years, seeing Luo Meiju is a compassionate face that he will never forget. RJ didn't know Luo Meiju's name because he thought that all volunteers took the name Tzu Chi. Will never forget that bowl of rice that she gave him, has remembered it for 5 years, crossing time and country, which is much like the rebuilding of Tacloban.
Almost like, let's say, 30 to 40% more compared to how it was pre-Yolanda. For example, before Yolanda, I believe we had around 45 hotels, thereabouts. Now we're counting around more than 75 hotels around the city.
NGOs from all over the world came to provide support following the disaster, as Tacloban is a city that has risen again and is even stronger than before.